this brings me to COVID and what's happened to our country, because I have to tell you, deeply admired this. I was very hardcore and remain hardcore anti-mask mandate. I'm also anti-mask for myself and people I love, but I'm really anti-mask mandates. I really think it's such an intrusive thing. I'm anti-vaccine mandates too. So you took a stand early on in the pandemic. It was, I think, December of 2020, and did something radical. You hosted a gathering. No masks. You are radical. And we have a clip of the crazy helicopter news coverage of your event. It's just a good reminder, too, of how insane people were over this issue, and really kind of remain, especially in California. But here's a walk down memory lane for you.
It looks like actor Kirk Cameron may be hosting another large Christmas gathering. Let's go to Air 7 HD and Chris Christie for the details. Chris?
Yeah, Colleen, that's what we're hearing. He has announced that he is, he's told people to plan on this event. It's a caroling event outside of the Oaks Mall. We're looking at about 75 to 100 carolers, not one of them wearing a mask, by the way. There are children, there are senior citizens, and everything in between here. We are, again, outside the mall, but directly next to a COVID testing site. So clearly a crusade of a COVID denialist.
Outside the whole thing, by the way, outside.
You know, Megyn, this was one of the most joyful things that people had done in months in our community, because, you know, here in the communist state of California, under our governor, Gavin Newsom, we were essentially under house arrest for so long. We were stuck, not just for the initial 14, 15 days, but then the governor says, we're in lockdown. You can't go to school. You can't go to your business. You can't go to the store. You can't go to church. And people were just going crazy. The mental health issues, the anxiety, the depression, the suicide. And all people wanted to do was to find somebody who said, look, the fear virus is worse than the COVID virus. How about you join me outside and let's sing Hark the Herald Angels Sing at Christmas time. And by the way, you don't have to come if you don't want to. Nobody's forcing you. It's voluntary. And we're outside in the fresh air. Come get some fresh air if you want to. If you're not afraid, join me and let's sing O Little Town of Bethlehem and Joy to the World. And you'd have thought that we were burning down the mall.
Yes, you would have.
Helicopter
coverage.
Actually, remember, that was during the times of some of the season of riots. And maybe if we had actually thrown chairs through windows and like lit things on fire, they wouldn't have covered it so much.
Well, and the medical community told us you
carols.
couldn't get COVID. If you were rioting, you couldn't get COVID. So if you'd gotten just a little more violent, you would have been fine.
Yeah. So, gosh, I just think that critical thinking is in short supply these days. Common sense is not so common. And with all of the censorship that has gone on, particularly through all of the pandemic and all of that, and now we're seeing all this stuff with the election and Elon Musk and Twitter and all these things, all of us start to go like, you know, people are finally waking up going, really? I didn't think, how could this be bad? If the government's telling me to do this, it must be good for us. Well, all we have to do is read history a little bit, and we understand that government it's got its lane, but once it gets out of its lane, it becomes very dangerous. And the government is not here to be in charge of your health care or mine or the education of our children and most other things. And that's why it's important to read the Constitution, to understand the difference between sphere sovereignties. You have family, you have church, you have government. And there are walls of separation that are very important between them so that you don't have a government like the Pilgrims had in England, where your king becomes the head of your church and he determines everything you do from cradle to the grave. That's what the uniqueness of America is. We turned the world upside down and put the power and authority into the hands of the people to govern themselves rather than to be beaten into submission by a dictator, a king, or a czar.
And we lose those liberties all too quickly if we don't stand up and fight for them. It's the Christmas and holiday season. Time for gift giving, parties with friends and family, and getting compliments everywhere you go. And looking years younger everywhere you go, thanks to Genucel. Millions of people love Genucel's products. From now through Christmas, you can get them, and you can get them for a big discount. Genucel's most popular package, that's all their best stuff, is 70% off. 70 at Genucel.com. And there are other discounts, so you're barely paying for these products at this point. Treat yourself and a loved one to to the absolute best skincare in the world. See those troubling forehead lines, fine wrinkles under your eyes, skin redness, pesky bags and puffiness, and even a sagging jawline disappear right before your eyes with Genucel's most popular collection. I like the most popular things. Sometimes you don't know, like, what do I need? All these products, they don't make sense to you. You just get the most popular package, and they've idiot-proofed it for us. With its immediate effects product, you're going to see results in less than 12 hours guaranteed, or your money back. And included in every most popular package is your free hyaluronic acid serum for skin hydration that will restore your youthful appearance. Visit Genucel.com/MK now. Enter my special promo code MK for an additional 10% off your entire order. Don't forget to say that, MK, an additional 10% off. Every order today, instantly upgraded to free express shipping. Go to Genucel.com/MK60. That's GENUCEL.com/MK60. Genucel.com/MK60. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.